Hello, hello, how y'all doing today? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hey, Scarlett, how you doing today, babe? Today I wanted to go live real quick and talk to you about gut health and vision health. Cranberry juice? No, I don't eat cranberries, just grape juice. Grape juice. Grapes are really good for your lymphatic system. Grapes are really good. And when you buy grape juice, you want to make sure that, there it is right there, if you can see that. That's the only ingredient in there. Grape juice. Grape juice, nothing else. No high fructose corn syrup, no malt dextrin, no sugar, no filtered water. The real deal. Thank y'all for being here. I wanted to go live real quick on both of my pages. I got two cameras up here just in case y'all see me looking back and forth. And I wanted to talk about gut health. On yesterday, I posted a video on my page, the one that's entitled God is Just Be Healthy. I'm on God is Just Be and on God is Just Be Healthy right now at the same time. And so I posted a video about pretty much saying that it's really not natural to constantly have glasses on, you know, constantly having to go to the eye doctor and get a stronger prescription. That is your body sending you a message that your gut health needs improvement. It needs a little work, right? And I don't know where all the people came from last night, blowing up my phone, saying help, help, help. So I decided to do a video about it. Right now, I'm currently on a 90-day fast right now. I really take my health serious. You know, I've been through it all when I was younger. I used to stay catching the common cold, and I had horrible menstrual cycles. I had irritable bowel syndrome. I had vertigo. I had, what else? I said irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah, I had bad acne back in the day. I used to always just not feel good. I always felt this knot in my stomach, you know. And I often wonder why. And the reason why I'm so into health and wellness is because, like, even as a little girl, I was very inquisitive about, you know, well-being and spirituality. Well, at that time I was in religion. I was always inquisitive, but what I noticed is that none of my doctors ever asked me what I was eating. Nobody seemed to care what I was eating, and I would always watch like the church ladies, because I was a little usher in the church, a little camera girl, the treasurer, the pastor's assistant. I was all those roles in church because everybody in my family was a member of the church. They were either pastor, drummer, the deacon themselves, or evangelist, minister, or something. I always had to stay in church, and that's how I kind of like saw and was pretty much inspired with my life about, you know, kind of like keeping my spiritual essence and my love for God, but at the same time watching people that love God the most hurt so bad and go through so many struggles. And as a little girl, I often said, when I grow up, I don't want to be like these people. So I one day decided, man, since the doctors ain't never told me nothing about the things that I'm eating, what if it could be that? What if I dare to be different? And I was like, as a little girl, I was like, you know what? When I grow up, I ain't gonna be like these people. I'm gonna do everything different from these people. These people stay deeply rooted in religion. Nope, I'm gonna seek spirituality. I'm gonna find out what that so-called devil is all about. These people always having supper plates and eating this and that and third. Nope, when I grow up and I get into my family, you know, I'm gonna do different. I'm gonna eat all them things that I never ever had a chance to eat. You know, I'm gonna think outside the box. I won't be like them. And I used to get even prophecies in church that I would be, you know, a speaker, that I would travel all over the world and this and that and the third. And that really scared me because I was saying to myself, no, I don't want to be like that. I want to be different. I don't want to be like my mom. So just truth be told, when I got out of that household and I was able to free myself from that limited way of thinking that you gotta eat this and you gotta think this way, you gotta be this way, or you gonna need to go to hell, or you a bad person, and this, that, and the third. I didn't care no more at that point. So I freed myself from limited thinking, I believe, and I began to explore different things. And a lot of people on that particular video that I'm speaking of, that's where they are. They're in that limited mindset, that box. We all have a box. You know, ain't nothing wrong with your box. But keep in mind that your box is the way that you think. And outside of your box, there are other thoughts. There are so many other thoughts outside of your box, enough thoughts to create other worlds, other galaxies, other dimensions. And so I began to explore that in my journey, and that included my health. And so, you know, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, where, you know, they eat the gumbos and the crawfish and the potatoes, the turkey necks and the chitlins and all of that crazy stuff. So me, a little New Orleans person, being there in that environment at that time, I was different. You know, people walk up to me just because they knew that I was eating cleaner and eating different, and because they dared not to take that leap in their journey, would judge me, would feel guilty within themselves. While I ain't even worried about them people. They'd be like, yeah, so you're vegan, you eat only organic. Well, you know, I was raised up on the farm. Like, really? I don't care where you were raised up. I got to a place in my journey where I just wasn't feeling right. And I knew it was something different outside of, you know, just take it. Just is. You know, it's flu season, so people catch the flu. You know, oh, they got this virus going around. Ooh, I'm going to catch it. I understood that most of that had to do with my thinking. And so I began to study, like, the laws of attraction and everything. All is mind. I understand that. And I listened to this lady, Abraham Hicks. She would always talk about joy is the key, you know, and you could have anything. Yeah, but some people need in between that faith. Yeah, we're the operant power. We're doing it all by ourselves. But some people need that guidance in between to manipulate the energy in order to get to the other side, to understand or embody the totality of God. So I call that my insurance, so to speak, like, right? And so some people just can't fix their mind and say, okay, the doctor said I had cancer, and so I'm just gonna assume that I don't have it no more and my body gonna be healed. Some people ain't like that, and I'm just be honest, I was one person that wasn't like that. If the doctor said, so to speak, that I was, you know, I had the flu or whatever, and I'm feeling it in my body, how could I get my mind to jump over there to believe those things? This is what they call in religion, that now kind of faith. My little faith wasn't there. You know, I was like, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief, right? And so my insurance for me to get me to that other place was understanding my body, understanding energy, frequency, and vibration as it pertained to my blood, as it pertained to the frequency of the foods that I was eating, as it pertained to my thoughts. I wanted to get to know myself. I didn't know I was going on a journey of consciousness. Consciousness is just where I ended up going because of the mental clarity that I received just trying to be a healthier person, pretty much. And so one day, it was just like the light switch just went off, and I gained mental clarity. My vision was clear because I had changed my diet. I found out about frequency in as it pertained to the things that I was eating. And while I was eating those things, I gave a new thought in my mind, and so shall it be, right? Let this mind be in you. So I was really renewing my mind. And so all of my old things in my mind, how I reprogram my mind, is the old things that taste really good. You know how we get to a place where we're like, oh, it sure tastes good. I don't know what it is, but it sure tastes good. All those so-called things that taste good, that wasn't vibrating on a high frequency like I knew it to be, because I did research, because I became the herbalist, because I became the researcher. Those things that I knew wasn't vibrating high, I called them out. I called them out by name as what they were. I began to call gluten glue, and I would say, Look, I don't want no glue. When others around me was eating their little pizza, I don't want no glue. That's going to stick to the walls of my intestines, and I'm trying to be as healthy as possible. I have children, and I don't want my children to be stuck on stool bed. I ain't raising no ducks. I ain't doing that with my life. I'm going to learn how to do such and such vegan burgers. I'm going to learn how to incorporate more vegetables instead. I don't want no molded cheese. That's mold in there. I don't want mold in my body. I begin to treat my body like it was the precious cargo. You know, everybody talking about, you know, I'm this, that, and the third, I'm all that, and nobody can't mess with me, yada, yada, yada. But that also applies to the things that you put in your mouth. Why you eating like you crap? You know, you say that you all that, but sometimes we eat crap, literally, like chitlins, for example, like, right? And so as I began to call those things out, I separated myself from those things. As I began to educate myself about those things, and I knew as far as energy, because all things are energy, frequency, and vibration. Yes, we can manipulate the energy, but understand what the energy is when you go into it. When I knew something had, for example, my drinks, like I was just showing you all, the drink should only have just that one ingredient. When I would read my drinks, my Hawaiian punches during that day, and see that, wait, they hold up, this here is just like water and a bunch of high fructose corn syrup and a bunch of colorings and dyes that's really messing with my hormones. As I begin to understand what things like maltodextrin and high fructose corn syrup was actually doing to my brain, my head, and my body, tricking me into thinking that I want more of it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I did research on that thing. I already know what that thing gonna do inside of me. So me educating myself on those things allowed me to stay away from them, because I knew no matter how good they taste, Hawaiian punch used to taste good to me, but now I can't even tolerate it because I can't take the sugar. I don't eat sugar no more. So once I removed myself from those things, educated myself on those things, I knew better. Insanity is when we constantly doing the same thing over and over, and we're expecting different results. Like a lot of the people, I told them about the things that I did in order for them to not wear glasses. I lost a whole bunch of people because a lot of people ain't ready to change. People ain't ready to do different things. I saw that as a little girl when I was in church as the pastor's assistant back in the day. You ask some of the members of that church to do da-da-da-da-da, and they would rather go to another church and say that that pastor was no good and this and that and the other because they wanted them to do something different. People get a little finicky when it's time to change, and especially when they have to be the change. But that's how life works. You have to be the change that you want to see, because you are all really all that exists. It's really you, your consciousness. You are God experiencing life subjectively. So really, you're the operant power here. So if you don't change, if I don't change, then I'm not going to see a change out here. Had I not changed who I was, the lady that lived in New Orleans, Louisiana, I would not be evolved to this state of being consciously, nor will I be in this particular state in the physical reality. Because when you change, even you being energy, frequency, and vibration, you got to get out of the same environment that had you thinking like the others. You begin to evolve as a person. And that's really my message on both of my pages. Even though I talk about health and wellness, I'm not in that state of being where I am sick. I have evolved from that state of being, but I know that I have reflections in that state of being that need this information. They need to understand, especially the people that look like me, because when I was in that state of being, I always wanted to see a black lady, not because I dislike any other group of people, but it felt comfortable. It felt like this person could better understand me, and with my body being that energetically, we kind of like vibe on the same frequency. We vibe on the same frequency, and we kind of like share a lot of commonalities as it pertains to our melanin production, as it pertains to our body, our DNA, and our frequency. So this is really why I do it, for that person who's like me, that's on a journey to learn more about their body, and maybe one day evolve and become a conscious being where they can manipulate the energy of anything. Because I'm not saying now in my physical reality that I cannot eat any of those things. It's just that I do not want to. And I'm not saying that I cannot manipulate the energy of maybe some chicken or something like that, because being that I'm the operant power, I can make the frequency of something else increase, and I look at it and bless it and consume it, and nothing shall by no means harm me. This is what it meant in the biblical text when the Christ conscious one was saying, you shall tread upon serpents and nothing shall no by any means harm you. Because in the Old Testament, the equivalent to our old way of thinking or our old contract, that was when in the book of Leviticus they were telling us, oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you can't eat that, this is unclean, this is unclean. That's them energetically understanding what energy, frequency, and vibration is all about. That's the old way of doing it, the old contract. That's your old way of thinking. But when you renew your mind, or when the Christ conscious one came in the new contract, or the Christ conscious one was saying in that allegory text was, bless your food. Bless your food, because all is mine. Bless your food. So there are some people that are on the journey of the old contract, and they have this stumbling block because they're not understanding the totality of their mind, their mental, and so they need insurance. And here, that's where I fit in, to help people get that insurance, because it'll never be, no matter what you take, no matter how powerful, you could take the most powerful thing, let's see, the world's most powerful antioxidant, which is clove. You could consume a large amount of clove, but it will never be the clove that's going to heal you. It's going to always be you, because you're the operating power. You're God in human form. You just had faith, or you believed in the clove, and you looked upon the clove as if it had more or greater power than you, but it was never the clove. So just keep that in mind on your journey. It's always you. I'm going to always tell you about you. And I'm going to always tell you about the relationship with you, because you are God in human form. And maybe you're not there where you remember it, even if you're in religion. That's purposeful. You may not remember it, but that's what we're doing each day, each thought, each memory, each moment. Remembering, joining back together, remembering, even thinking it like that, remembering who we are. And that's my purpose here. I love your background. You choose. Oh, thank you. Nice. Amen. Yes, yes. I had children once in my life. Oh, okay. No, I never had that before. I never. They smelled too bad for me to consume. They used to stink up the house as a little girl. So I never ate them. I never understood what they were until I was older. And then I better understood why I was creeped out about them. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hey, my sister just dropped by to say hey. Hi. Oh, hi, Thomas. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you passing by. All right, yeah. Checks to have us reported. I don't know what that's about. Y'all talking amongst yourself. Peace, goddess. I'm glad I caught your life. I'm glad you're here too. Hey, Molly, that's you? Yeah, okay. Hey, 70093 user. But anyway, back to the point of the whole purpose of me going live, and that's to talk about the glasses, the video that I did on my page called Goddess Just Be. And I posted a video, I can't show y'all because I'm using both of my phones now, of me years ago when I used to wear glasses. Matter of fact, after y'all look at that video, maybe later or whenever it pop up on your page, these are the glasses. I kept them. They old. They're old as I don't know what. These are the glasses. Because I kept all of my glasses that I used to wear. You know, every year they used to give you another one, a stronger prescription. And look at how the box all beat up and stuff like, right? I don't wear these anymore. And I can't even tolerate them on my eye no more. But I always like to wear red glasses. And this here is another pair. I always had little red glasses. Back in the day, I was a little messed up, gut little lady. That's all that these glasses is saying. Oh my gut, I had an irritable bowel syndrome. That's what my glasses say. That's what people that, I'm not talking about people that have had accidents that have got something knocked in their eyes or something like that, or any type of accident like that. I'm talking about the people that was able to see, and as time progressed, their vision got blurry. Their eyes weakened. That's the type of people I'm talking about. That's the type of people, a person rather, I was in my journey. So my eyes got a little blurry, and I had to go to the doctor all the time, the eye doctor all the time, and they will always give me a stronger prescription. And what happens when they give you stronger prescriptions, right? I'll tell you what happened. Your eye, why this one here freezing up? Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah. What happens then? Your eyes, they begin to get weaker, because now it's like you have a stronger magnifying glass that you're trying to see out of, right? And so just me being me, me being me, and kind of like challenging things that didn't seem like common sense, like just me being me, because not only did I challenge this here, so you gotta dare to be different in life. Not only did I challenge this here with vision and what these people kept telling me about me needing a stronger prescription, and that was it. That was the fix. The stronger prescription. And they fancied it up and gave me a transition lens. Those are transition lenses and a cute little frame, and I wasn't buying that. I always challenged stuff. Just like in as far as it pertained to my health. I told my doctor, look, I ain't gonna be, get that off my chart. I ain't gonna be taking all that medication. No, I'm not gonna be your lab rat. No, we're not switching here and there. No, something else is wrong. Something else that we ain't embark upon. It ain't that you gotta give me no higher dose. That's just me being me. Because I'm not gonna get in your box. Nobody box. That's just me being me. And so you got to get to a place in your journey where you see the boxes, because there's so many boxes. If you scroll through TikTok, you'll see people in boxes, You'll see the ones that's in relationship boxes, in trauma boxes. You'll see the ones in diet boxes. They're just all kind of boxes. If you want to evolve in life, you stay out your box and you stay out of other people's box. But you let them people be, because it ain't even your job to go putting your head up in their box and figuring out what they thinking like and what they doing over there. No, your job is to save yourself. Your job is to realize that you're a God and you're the operant power. And so I got tired. I really felt tired of constantly getting medication from my doctor, and then at the same time going to the eye doctor and getting stronger prescriptions. And so the day that I told my doctor, I said, that's it. And she was like, what do you mean that's it? I was like, you know what? Clear that off of my chart, because this was the day actually she couldn't find no other prescription to give me, because my body was reacting from whatever she would give me, because medication could be hard upon your kidneys and stuff. And here, meanwhile, I'm having irritable bowel syndrome, my stomach in a knot and everything. And I told that lady, I said, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she was like, well, what's going on your job? Are you depressed? So now, since she can't find out what's wrong, now she want to give me antidepressants. Like, right? I told the lady, I said, ma'am, look, lady, get that off my chart. Don't try to label me as crazy. Now I know what I'm feeling. You couldn't help me. Let's leave it at that. You couldn't help me. Let's leave it at you just study medicine and you couldn't help me with my diet. You can't help me beyond this point. But don't label me as crazy. Get that off of my chart right there. Get that off of there. Because if I come up in here for something else, I don't need nobody looking at me saying, oh, she need to be on the 3rd floor because she crazy. Because I have irritable bowel syndrome. Because my head is spinning me. Because I'm constantly in here sick and you can't help me. And so I said, this is going to be my last time coming up in here, because you're not going to be treating me like I'm your little lab rat studying on me. I told her that. She was like, well, Miss Bridget, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I know I'm going to stop coming to you. That's what I plan on doing. And I cried. I had to cry when I left up out of there, because I didn't know. And everybody in the family and everybody else, oh, no, you got to do what the doctor says. You got to do what the doctor said. But the doctor ain't saying nothing that's healing me. The doctor keep wanting to give me medicine, because that's all the doctor knew was medication. That's all the doctor had studied. And I won't be healed. I won't live my life like y'all church people that's always sick and always in the healing and deliverance line. I don't want to be like y'all. Yeah? And so like I said, I just went cold turkey and I changed my life. And I went home and I drew out all of that dirty meat and I stopped eating all that starchy stuff. And I began to go volunteer at nurseries. I volunteered at nurseries to learn the herbs and the fruit and the vegetables that I had never seen in my life. I began to get so consumed and fall in love with it so much that I would talk to the little plants that we were planting at the nursery. And I knew what the healing properties were. I would just go to I just used to love going to like a Whole Food store and looking at ingredients and things and comparing things, writing things down, going home and researching them. I got really crazy about it because I had children. I had reasons. And my reasons why at that time wasn't me. I ain't even gonna lie and say it was me. My reasons wasn't me. My reason was the fact that I had so much love for my children, and I'd be damned if my children was gonna grow up and not know or understand what health and wellness was like, because nobody else in the family dared to be different. See, we talk about this thing called genetics, and oh, I inherited that from my mama. I got that from my daddy. I'm bald-headed because of my cousin, and you know, I got a big belly because great-grandpa had the big belly. I got crusty feet because cousin Pete had crusty feet. We make all of these crazy excuses of why we are in the state of being when we could change all of that. You could change, just like you could break soul ties in the spiritual realm. You could break that daggone generational curse of being stuck on stupid as it pertains to health and wellness, because that's just what it is. That's everybody in the family sitting up there thinking the same thoughts. They're sitting up there vibing on the same frequency. They're sitting up there eating the same stuff. So of course, if everybody in the family is sitting there consuming a whole bunch of maltodextrin, everybody in the family gonna have kidney issues. Of course, everybody sitting up there drinking a bunch of high fructose corn syrup, everybody in the family is going to be experiencing the fact that a chemical is in their body, tricking their brain into thinking that they're hungry when they're really, really full. If everybody in the family sitting up there eating a whole bunch of white stuff on their plate, and I mean that's that pasta, I mean that's that white rice that we so love, with our gumbo, with our starchy red beans. If everybody sitting up there eating that cornbread and eating that chicken, of course everybody in the family gonna have gut issues. But then when everybody in the family start wearing glasses, what's that? Oh, I guess that's from my great grandma then. You know, we're just going to pick somebody all up the family chain to explain the fact that we have problems eliminating and absorbing our food. And so now it's because of my mom. Even if you get into the spiritual realm, because I do consultations, even when you begin to talk about trauma in the family, wait, hold up, no. We can't blame this. We're adult now. We can't blame this on mama no more. Because guess what? Mama played her part in the story. We gotta forgive for ourselves now. This don't have nothing to do when you're a grown person now. This you. This you writing your story. So you gonna rinse and repeat from mama trauma too? Mama had the sluggish kidneys. Mama had the irritable bowel syndrome. Oh, so because mama had it, I gotta continue in the journey, and I gotta keep on doing what mama had did, because I gotta keep this generational curse or generational cycle going, because I'm not gonna dare to be different. Because the doctor said, because you told the doctor when you went there, the doctor had said, oh, that's because it runs in the family. Because when you went to the doctor the first time, they said, who had high blood pressure? Who had diabetes? Is there anybody in your family that had this and that and the third? So later on in the process, they could tell you, oh, that's genetics. Remember, you told me that your grandma had that high blood pressure. Your daddy had that kidney issue. Oh, it's genetics. Yeah, they're going to tell you that, because if you heal yourself, guess what? You ain't coming back up in there. All you're going to be doing then is maybe doing your wellness visit once a year. And then it's going to be empty up in there. Also, because some of them are good-hearted and just only study medicine, some of them tell you that because they don't know. They just don't know, because some of them have the issues too that you're going up in there for. Some of them are not absorbing the minerals in their body. And so let me get to the thing that I did. What I did. Like I said, cold turkey, I stopped with the starches. We do not need those carbs that other people. Now keep this in mind. Let me tell you this here. Everybody's genetic makeup of what's inside of here ain't gonna be the same. It just ain't gonna be the same. Now, I told you everything is frequency, energy, and vibration. Ain't gonna be the same. So you might have lighter hued beings. And if you are a lighter hued being, you probably want to argue with me and tell me you need your milk. Because you can't fathom the day without your milk. Because you digest your milk a little bit differently from what I digest my milk. Because everything is frequency, energy, and vibration. That you should know this because we all have different blood types, right? Yeah. So when I'm talking to you all, I'm really energetically talking to the people that's kind of like vibing on my frequency, kind of like looking like me, and kind of like experiencing the things that are kind of like connected to me energetically. Because if you're not connected to me energetically, you're going to sit up there and you're going to argue with me. But guess what? Go find your tribe out there. Because my tribe is not the tribe that could consume the milk all day long. Because my tribe is going to say eventually, oh, wait, hold up, I think I'm lactose intolerant. Yeah, because my tribe, we don't digest that thing like that. My tribe is not the person that's gonna go down there and order the bloody steak. Now, some of my tribe do go down there and order the bloody steak because they've been so busy following the other tribe, but they ain't my tribe. Because my tribe, at the end of the day, they really can't digest that bloody steak because the genetic makeup of their body is not to digest no bloody steak. That's my tribe. Now, I'm not saying that my tribe only is one color. Because really all is God and all of you are my tribe because you all roll up to a tribe like mine. If you could understand what I'm saying here. So if the message don't resonate with you, baby, go ahead on about your business because I'm not here to go back and forth with nobody. You either take that message and you digest that thing and let it be fruit. Let it be digest on your good soil. Let it take root in you so that you can heal your eyes, so that you can heal your acne, so you can get rid of that lactic acid buildup and that uric acid buildup inside your body, so that you can get rid of your high blood pressure, maybe your diabetes, maybe your gout, maybe your erectile dysfunction, maybe those cysts and those fibroids. If you could take the message and allow the message to take root in you, you could be healed from any type of sickness and disease. So don't come over here telling me, no, this is impossible. With you, it is impossible, baby. But I'm God in human form. Over here, all things are possible. And I've seen it, and I've done the work. And I'm an example of it. I'm not coming here to lie to you. I don't have time to be lying to you. I'm on a spiritual fast right now as I speak. On day, I think today the 13th. I don't even know the date, and I can't look at it. But anyway, 13 plus 30, I'm on day 43. Of a 90-day fast. So I would be meditating if I wasn't on here. I would be still with myself if I wasn't on here. But I'm only here to bless you, baby. I'm only here to bless you, not to argue with you. My time is very valuable. You don't see me catching the wall on the tick to the top. You ain't gonna be seeing me all in front of people's face because I'm a little quiet, healed introvert. I like to be still. I like the quiet moments of life. So don't come over here with the extra. Because you're going to hear crickets chirping. Because I'm not about that life. Okay? So basically, in the beginning of my journey, like I was saying, I cleared the things out of the cabinet. I studied. And on my page, on my website, I left some jewels for you all who want to follow my journey. I have a transformation course of when I first started, when I had the acne. When I was in the stores just learning, but I was still trying to teach. I was learning about the coatings on the fruits from organic and all. And the name of the course is the Power Within Transformation course. It's on my website at solvetheherbpub.org. That's on both of my pages. So I left that. That's just how-to videos, right? But what really began to bless my body is when I began to detox. When I began to take these herbs that was designed to allow my lymphatic system to flow, to clean out that sluggishness in my bowel, in the large and small intestines. because our absorption ability is in our stomach. And once we have a whole bunch of mucus built up there, it's hard for us to absorb minerals in our body. Like people will say, oh, I need magnesium. I'm magnesium deficient. No, you're not. Your ability to absorb and eliminate has been compromised. And why is that? You first need to understand this here, that your body, your blood rather, is supposed to be cleansed and purged. You're not supposed to have the thick and tacky blood, right? How can you avoid having thick, tacky blood? You need to understand one thing about your blood, how it cleans itself. There's a backup system to the blood called your lymphatic system. Things get into the blood, right? Things get into your body through your skin, through what you put inside of your mouth, through that medication. That all affects what's going on in that blood. Meanwhile, you have this jumbo lymphatic system that goes to every part of your body, from head to toe, lymphatic system. And pretty much the toxins inside of your blood, it tries to grab them. It works to try to grab them and release them, to get them out of your body, to keep your blood clean, right? We understand that, boy? But if your lymphatic system has been stagnated and clogged up, and you're not giving your body what it needs to release that, you're in trouble. But the thing about it is, you might be in trouble with your lymphatic system, and you go to the doctor, and the doctor saying, oh, I did your blood work. Your blood looks fine. Everything looks fine. And you sitting up there, man, something wrong, man, something wrong. Meanwhile, yeah, something might be wrong. Something might be brewing in that lymphatic system, and some kind of toxins, some parasites ain't coming out. Because so you have the blood, and then you have the lymphatic system, which is the backup for the blood. So how does the lymphatic system clean? How does it clear house? Through them kidneys. It goes through that adrenaline gland down to them kidneys. So if you are full of crap, aka full of lactic acid, uric acid, acidic foods, bunch of mucus, bunch of sugar, a little bit of alcohol here and there, and your kidneys are not filtering, everything is getting clogged up. Now the blood is clogged up, the lymphatic system clogged up, the kidneys ain't working, so you are starting to swell up. This explains gout. This explains high blood pressure. This explains the swollen cankles. This explains why it's irritable bowel syndrome, because nothing is coming out via the bowel, nothing is coming out via the kidneys through your urine, right? So I educated myself on things like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I need to make sure that my kidneys are filtering. I need to make sure that I'm not full of crap. I need to make sure that I'm having regular bowel movement. Something that people in the church and in the black families don't even talk about. I'm the type of mama and friend and daughter. Like, I just asked my mama yesterday, you using the bathroom? How was the last time you went to the bathroom? You having healthy bowels? Huh? People don't talk about that. We be walking around with makeup on, all this pretty hair, beautiful looking on the outside, but be full of crap. Ain't go to the bathroom all week long. So that was my first thing. I was trying to get some SHIT up out of me. So I studied and did research on herbs that would clean out my lymphatic system, clean that old fecal matter out of my intestines, help me to release that bile and toxins out my kidneys via my gallbladder. I want to make sure my pancreas, I want to make sure my liver and my kidneys, and everything is functioning. That's where on my website I created Sustain Detox. Now I'm telling y'all the name of it. When you ready, you go there. If you ain't ready, you can just listen to me and throw it to the curb. That's what you want to do. Because at that moment in time, I ain't know none of y'all. I didn't care about none of y'all. I was saving my life. I was saving my life, and I was saving the life of my mama and my children. My little favorite five. That's who I was more concerned about. So I put this together, and I began to take this for me, not you, me. And this is something I still do that I'm doing now while I'm on my 90-day fast. It's called Sustain Detox, though, just in case you want to know. And inside of this here detox, it is some powerful herbs that I researched, I studied, I took them one by myself, in my body, and I sat with myself and I paid attention to when I digest that thing, how that thing feel and how it felt to me. Because guess what? I know about these other people that don't vibe, don't have the type of melanin that I have. I know about these other people who are on a different frequency, and I didn't dare want to take nothing that these people can be familiar with that was weak for me, because guess what? I can't tolerate no GMOs. I need the real thing. I can't tolerate no beets in genetically modified carrots, and I couldn't tolerate the milks in the corn. That didn't, in the seedless stuff. It didn't work for me. So I knew this. I was already educated on that. So I would sit. I became the darn the darn lab rat, so to speak, for my darn self. And I sat with myself and I paid attention to how my liver felt, how my kidneys felt, how my stomach feel when I take this herb. Oh, am I gonna go to the bathroom? Why is my stomach rumbling? Why do I feel tired? What's gonna happen the next day? And I studied these herbs myself for me, because guess what? By studying for me as a mother, I was studying for my children, because the next round was gonna be on them, because I wanted to make sure that I cleared them. I wanted to make sure that I made sure that their body was up to par too when they leave my house. I didn't want to have to worry about the health and well-being of my children. So this was really just me loving on me and my family. So I put this together and I called this Sustained Detox. And I began to detox. In the beginning, I was detoxing my body like every 3 months. And then I'll take a break and I'll be trying to figure out some healthy foods, choices that I could incorporate into my diet. And I did this, and then I began to teach my children how to detox. Right? At the same time, I'm learning, and then what I'm learning, I'm passing it down, because I'd be damned if they're gonna not know what health and wellness was. That's just me. That's just was my mother's love to them. And so I began to teach them. And then I began to pay attention, not only what I was putting in my mouth as far as the detox is concerned, because you could if you want to, but I want to get 100% results. So I felt in my mind that you can't be sitting up here detoxing and doing what you want when you're not detoxing, kind of like. You got to pay attention. So what we going to do about that? Okay. What I decided for me, this would work for me, since I had threw out all of the pork chops and everything, and all of the carbs and everything. Okay, so what's going to give me energy? I need to know that, because I'm freaking hungry. I need to find out what's going to keep me. I got to find out why is it that cornbread and that starchy food and the pork chops was keeping me full, and now I'm hungry and I'm kind of weak and I'm kind of like want to give up on this thing. So I learned about my healthy fats. I learned about my aminos, my real, building block of my muscle, my real protein. You know how people say, oh, you're vegan. Well, where you get your protein from? Well, my coconut oil. The coconut oil is the thing that's the only thing that I'm consuming right now on my 90-day fast. The other day, I had forgot to take something. I left the house and I got so tired. And out of breath. And so I ran home and I got me 2 spoons of coconut oil, and that was that fix, because we were really looking for amino acids. We're not looking for the so-called animal protein. If you think about it, it's acidic foods, a dead animal. Acidic food, it has no life. It has been they have formaldehyde on top of it so it can look pretty for you in the store. It's already toxic on top of toxic. Then you're eating that, since we're all energy. Energy is not created nor destroyed, it's simply transformed. So we transform energy from a dead animal into us. Now we way down. This is why we sitting back saying, boy, I don't know what that was, but this Joe tastes good. But we tired though. We don't have no energy. We don't have no life force no more. And so I begin to learn things like that. So, okay, I think I'm going to need my coconut oils. I'm going to make it a healthy habit to at least consume 2 spoons. And I've been preaching this on my page for the longest. 2 spoons of coconut oil, because that's my real amino acids, right? That's also, not only is it through research I learned, is it my amino acids, what I really need to give me energy and my healthy fats, but it's also anti-inflammatory. So if I've been eating acidic foods all of the days of my life, something got to be inflamed. If I'm walking around with eyeglasses on and I constantly have to keep getting a stronger prescription, that lets me know something has to be inflamed. So if there's inflammation, I did the research and I wanted to know the thing that's really, really the most powerful anti-inflammatory. And for me, it was coconut oil. So I began to put the coconut oil into my diet. And so at this point, I had lost so much weight. Weight just dropped off of me like overnight because I'm not eating meat. I'm staying away from the carbs, but the coconut oil helped me balance my weight. So now, even today, I ain't eating no meat. But back in the day when I first did it and first left the meats alone and I didn't have my coconut oil, I looked cracky. To the people, the people back in the day that knew me, they thought that I wasn't feeling well, right? Even though when I wore the glasses and I couldn't breathe, nobody asked me, but I had a booty then, I was brick house fine, kind of like to the black people in the black community. Girl, that weight look good on you. Meanwhile, I can't breathe. Yeah, meanwhile, I keep going to the doctor. They didn't know that part. Meanwhile, I keep going even to the eye doctor, getting stronger and stronger prescriptions for my eyes, but I couldn't breathe. But then when I became to the point where I was breathing again, and I had lost the weight, now I look like I'm on drugs. Now everybody talking, oh, she must be on that stuff. She on crack, right? So in your journey, this your journey. You gotta close your ears to them other people and realize this is your journey of health and wellness, because your body is gonna change. Because what's happening is the fact that your old diet with all of that, the acids, that inflammation from them acids, and all of that eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner that they teach us, all of that doing that stretches your stomach out. And in stretching your stomach out, now you got a whole bunch of inflammation. You got a stretched stomach, and you got a whole bunch of space, which equates to you feeling hungry. A void that you now got to keep on feeling because you just stretched the stomach even the more. And so in the beginning of my journey, I felt so freaking hungry. So I was consuming the coconut oil for the healthy fats. But at the same time, my body, which is infinite intelligence, our bodies are so awesome. It knows how to heal itself if we give it the things it needs. So in the meantime, since my diet had changed, now my stomach began to shrink back. So it gets really, really strong when you're hungry. But if you make it over to the other side, you ain't gonna be hungry always. In the beginning, you will. Maybe the first 30 to 45 days or something like that, you probably be the hungriest you'll ever be in your life. Like, oh, I'm gonna die without a burger or something real fat and real thick, right? But keep consuming the coconut oils. Know that with time, your stomach is gonna stretch back to its normal size, right? It's gonna retract as it's healing, as the inflammation is subsiding, as you're detoxing and getting rid of the old fecal matter. And as you're detoxing and getting rid of the old fecal matter, what's happening is your ability to absorb nutrients and things is coming back to you. Now you're able to absorb and you're better able to eliminate. And that's what was happening to me. And so now I was eliminating. And so my so-called irritable bowel syndromes and me not being able to go to the restroom was beginning to be a thing of the past. It was subsiding. And so with time, now my vision is getting better too. Now granted, in between time, not only am I doing my detoxes, we covered that. It's the same detox available on my website. Now I'm doing my coconut oils. Maybe back then I was probably doing it 2 or 3 times a day, because what I noticed by paying attention to my body, the first time that I consumed it, it was almost like a fire that was going out throughout my body. See, we really don't know how inflamed we are until we begin to take the anti-inflammatory, and we're like, ooh, that feels so good. That's how you literally be when you inflamed all over your body from all the acids in build up. When you take something like coconut oil, extra virgin, unrefined, cold pressed coconut oil, you will begin to say, because it feels so good to inflame body. I know this because I've been through this, and I've helped so many other people with it. So anyway, so now I'm paying attention to the things that I'm eating, and I'm just learning to make it fun with my children because I want them to embark on this. So I begin to incorporate them in the kitchen and teach them how to make certain meals, like vegan burgers, vegan tacos or nachos, whatever, things that was fun and easy for them to help to prepare, things that was colorful. They were young then, and so in their mind, as me being a black woman, I taught them by saying, you want to make sure your plate look as colorful as you. You want to make sure your plate has so many hues of color on it, because that's your food. Your food for a colored man is colored food. That's what I wanted them to be able to understand as little growing boys. Make sure your food have color. You see color around here. You see mama, mama and papa, and your sister, your niece, and all these different people got different shades of color. Well, your plate need to have it too. And so if you ever see something that is like white on your plate, you make sure that you just have a little tiny bit of it, or maybe you don't need it at all, because you need color. That's how your muscles gonna grow. That's how you gonna grow up to be a superhero, because you need color. It worked. And so anyway, they would get up in there and they would cut up, and we have all color peppers, and we'll have all kind of greenery, you know, the lettuce, and we'll have all kind of colored drinks. We'll have mango drinks. We'll have key lime drinks. No, gone are the days where we had a wine punch. We always always sweetened our drinks with dates or agave. That was the only two sugars that we began to consume. And so I wanted to make sure that they were getting rid of that lactic acid and that uric acid built up in their body. And there was two powerful ways, not to mention, I already mentioned the coconut oil for this, but there were also two powerful ways that I can get them to get rid of it with their drinking. And that was through their key limes, because key limes, they'll help you get rid of that lactic acid buildup as well. That was really key lime drinking. And that was also with their sweetener, their agave. Because agave, as a sweetener, it helped to give them their beneficial bacteria, so to speak, in the gut. You know how to be talking about the pre and probiotics, the acidophilus? Well, the agave was a sweetener of choice that we would use in the key lime drink. The key lime aid was helping their body stay more alkaline, leaving an alkaline ash in their gut, along with their prebiotic, known as agave. That was making them have beneficial bacteria. That was making them be better than me, because their mom had irritable bowel syndrome and they did not. I made sure they did not. And so instead of having Kool-Aid and a wine punch, I would fix them like limeade, some mango juices, freshly squeezed, grape juice, which is really good, seeded grape juice, really, really good for the kidneys. And on my page called Goddess Just Be Healthy, I posted already how we would manipulate the water, making sure it's spring water, of course. I taught them about things like that. We manipulated our bottled water, because the people, most of them bottle companies, just didn't grab the hold to the LLC, and they getting tap water and trying to transfer it and trying to sell it for $1 million and become the next millionaire on y'all. So we would get the regular. We've been through that. I tasted all of the waters. I researched all the water, did the quality report on all the waters. I've been doing this here for years. So I concluded that we would begin to get our spring water that they semi-filtered, and we manipulated by buying our organic Bob's Red Mill sodium bicarbonate, and putting a little pinch of that, alkalizing our water, because sodium bicarbonate in its organic form is antifungal. So we're just getting rid of fungus in our body by doing that, right? Then we are electric beings, so energetically we need electrolytes. So we put a teeny pinch of pink Himalaya sea salt inside of our water too at the same time. So now we got our sodium bicarbonate, we had our electrolytes, we have 80 plus minerals, because pink Himalaya sea salt have 80 plus minerals that we need to electrify our already electric body. And my children was drinking now spring water. They had all of the minerals, their body was purging, and so was mine. Let me tell you, before I move forward, water is really important. Make sure you look at the back of your water, and the back of your water don't say that it's reverse osmosis. because you're doing yourself no justice, especially if you have like irritable bowel syndrome, especially if you have high blood pressure. Distilled in reverse osmosis water is hungry water. It's looking for something to latch on to. And a little bit of minerals that you may have in your body, if you are not up to par with your health, is taking that with you. Well, with it, it's taking your minerals because it's hungry water. So you got to be mindful of those things too. So here we go, recap. We learned with the spring water, the benefits of it. We learned about the dairy, that it wasn't beneficial for our body. Matter of fact, it increased the mucus of the body. Now, we have some mucus in our body. We all have mucus membrane. But when we begin to get to a place where there's an overload of mucus, now that's backed up on our lymphatic system. Now, because our lymphatic system is backed up, things not eliminated. I'm about to wrap this up. I got a consultation coming up in 6 minutes. Things are not eliminated properly. So we dealt with the lymphatic system. We eliminated the acidic meat. We incorporated some more fruits and vegetables in our diet. We're now doing a sustained detox, which also is inclusive of the most powerful herb in form of iron called sarsaparilla root, right? So sarsaparilla root and 6 other herbs are in there, clearing us out. We're going to the bathroom now. We're receiving mental clarity now. We're not tired all the time. We're not getting sick all the time. We're incorporating coconut oil in our body, and that's taking care of our inflammation, giving us our amino acids, getting rid of that uric and lactic acid build up, and what else? Coconut oil is also antifungal, antiviral, antiparasitic, antimicrobial, antibacterial. So the coconut oil really holding us down. So we're doing that once a day. We're up in the kitchen. We're preparing meals. We're drinking the right type of water, right? Everything is looking good for us. But that was what we was putting in our body. Last but not least, I begin to pay attention with my skin, with my face, with my body. I begin to do research on the skin itself, finding out to conclude that the skin is the largest organ on the body. So I'm thinking to myself, this is just me thinking outside the box. Okay, so if the skin is the largest organ on the body, maybe there's something I can put on the skin that'll penetrate inside of me that'll get to the other organs. So I begin to start just being mama, creating lotion and soap for me and my babies. Yes, I did. This is why I came up with every product on my website, because me and my babies needed it to save our lives. So the soap that I'm talking about is called Be Nourished. Be Nourished, it has an ingredient, an active ingredient, which is the world's most powerful antioxidant. And so it's also antifungal, antiparasitic, antimicrobial, antibacterial, right? And so with my soap, my active ingredients and my herbs that I had in my soap, I would wash my body. I made sure with my soap that it was in a proper pH balance, because the skin is slightly acidic. So I wanted my soap to be slightly acidic, that it didn't have all them foaming agents and all of them disruptors, them hormone disruptors and stuff, thinking you getting clean, but you just foaming up a whole bunch of toxic ingredients, putting it in your skin too. And if your water is hot, now your skin or your pores of your skin is wide open and taking in all them toxins, right? I didn't want to do that. Everything energy, frequency, and vibration. So I wanted to make sure I had some insurance to help me believe that my body was healing. So God darn it, I ain't buying no commercial soaps no more. I said, I'm going to make my own soap. I began to make Be Nourished, and I will put it on my skin, rinse it off, but make sure that I put, before I got out of the tub, I made sure that I put some on my stomach. Why is that? Because I wanted that thing to penetrate inside of my stomach, because I knew that that's where my ability to absorb and eliminate things was. So I made sure before I got out of there, I would pat myself dry just a tiny little bit, because I ain't want to wipe Be Nourished off. Be Nourished also helped me on my healing journey. It nourished my skin, which is the largest organ on the body, and delivered every nutrient that was in it, because it has a plethora of magnesium, which a lot of people deplete themselves in when they ain't got no healthy lifestyle, a lot of cancer people, they are depleted in magnesium too. It has a plethora of magnesium. It has a plethora of other minerals, including iron, to give you energy. It has a plethora of herbs that have the ability to release that old fecal matter, cleaning up the kidneys and the pancreas just by penetration through the skin, like, right? Helping to clear out that lymphatic system. So I put my soap on, so I was taking care of the inside of my body, and I was taking care of the outside of my body. And then I stumbled upon consciousness. That's when everything is just opened up a portal to another world, seemingly another dimension. And I just had a yearning to just want to go on this particular journey. And that's what has me in the position where I am today. That's my story. But my story, I made way to leave something behind from my reflections, because when I move, you move. I left this behind. I left the Power Within Transformation course for anybody that wants to see what I was going through at that point in time. I left and put available on my website, Sustain Detox. I put available on my website that Be Nourished body cream that healed me and my body, that allowed me to no longer have irritable bowel syndrome, to have that crazy acne that I had. I'm not having the vertigo sensations, and I'm not going back and forth to the doctor for no flus and viruses and sicknesses no more. That I don't have to even wear glasses anymore. I don't have to go to the eye doctor. I just go to executive health wellness once a year and I'm good. And I want you to be in that position in life too. You could be doing have anything that you put your mind to, and when you're ready to make that change, make that change. If you ain't ready, ignore all the stuff that I done said here and go about your business and keep on eating the business and keep on eating the way you eating. And come on back when you totally ready. Come on back when you're not playing with yourself. But you're just going to be waiting on you, because at the end of the day, you are the only person stopping you from mental clarity, good health, or whatever it is that you want. Your ideal weight, consciousness, just strength, being able to keep up with your children, your grandchildren, whatever it is. Being able to love yourself totally, because this is love. Love is you getting up there in that kitchen, you making you herbal tea, and you giving you the finest steam, the highest frequency of fruits and berries and whatever it is that your heart desires that tastes delicious, as long as it's wholesome and energetically pleasing to you. That's love. All of this is love. And guess what? Love heals all. Love heals all. And the greatest relationship you're going to have, you could think a relationship outside of you is so cool and loving and everything, but the most important relationship that you're going to ever have in this physical reality is going to be the one with yourself. So look at it as if you're having an intimate relationship with yourself. This is the beginning of the relationship with yourself. Start off small. Start off telling yourself, okay, maybe I'll get rid of that high fructose corn syrup. You know, it's in the soft drinks, it's in the sweets. Maybe I'll start there. Maybe I'll start there, because that's the thing that tricks my mind, is to think that I want more when I'm really full. That's the thing that's highly addictive. I'll start there. And then by taking that thing away, I'm going to add something. What am I going to add? Maybe I'll add a new exotic fruit that I never knew nothing about. Maybe I'll go and explore some sweet tamarind. Maybe I will explore some kiwi. Maybe papaya. Maybe mango. Maybe something that I never put in my cart before, because that's going to equate to balance. If you take something out and don't replenish it with nothing else, it's a recipe for failure. So if you take out, just replenish it with something on the healthier side, and then you'll have a healthy balance, and then you'll keep that will to want to keep on going, and you don't feel like you don't have no other choices. Don't set yourself up for that. Don't set yourself up for failure. You could do this. Anyway, I've been running my mouth. Purified water, yeah, that's good. But spring water is the top. Just as long as it ain't reverse osmosis. And what else? The distilled one. No, you need minerals. You need minerals in your body. Yeah. Hey, Isaac, thank you for being here. Well said. Oh, I ain't right. That's funny. That's so funny, Chocolate. And then look at the name over there. The name of the person that said that is Chocolate. Yeah, okay. That's funny. Okay, I'm looking at the comments, just making sure. Let's see. No, somebody's saying no. I don't know what you're saying no to. Okay. What would you take if you need the coconut oil but are already thin built and you don't want to lose Well, if you already, that's the answer. That's what I was saying at that time. It's the coconut oil. Take more of the coconut oil. That's the healthy fats. That's going to allow you not to lose the weight. It's going to keep your weight on you. I've been on, like I said, I think this today my 43rd day, and I haven't lost. I mean, I don't look cracky or whatever, but I ain't eat in 43 days. So, but I've been eating coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil. My apologies, spelled it wrong. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody answered you. I see that. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Do you do voodoo? We all do voodoo. We all casting spells, spelling. So, but no, do I have an altar and do spells that mean no good on people? No, to answer that. But I don't know what you mean. We all spell casters. We all gods in our own kingdom. So I guess yes and I guess no. Depending upon how you look at it. I love that laugh. Oh, thank you, babe. Thank you. Right. Facts. Hi. How are you? Hey, I just joined. I hear you speaking about praying over food. Would you re-mention about? I don't remember that. Praying over food. I don't pray over food. The way I'm conscious, I don't pray. Pray is kind of like for people that's maybe still in religion. Maybe pray, asking. No, I tell my food. This food has minerals. This food is a life force. This food is full of magnesium. You know, I speak the word. I speak the word. I don't pray. I don't ask. It is. So shall it be. It is. All is well with this food. It's giving me nourishment for my body that my body needed right here, right now. You know? Yeah. So, yeah, it's in the bio. You explained that so well. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, I gotta go. I'm 4 minutes late on the consultation. I do consultations too. All this information is available in my bio on either page on Goddess Just Be or Goddess Just Be Healthy. I'm late for a consultation. I gotta go talk to somebody. This video was from my heart to yours, baby. You be blessed and you take care of your body. Remember, you're God in human form. You're God. I'm not lying to you in human form. You could be, do, or have anything that you put your mind to because all is mine. All is mine. All is mine.